Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, playing the Hermitcraft part of a Hermitcraft live stream weekend. Oh, that's right. Right in your face. Right in your face. I've been AFK at the witch farm. And a moment ago I just logged in, put all of my items on. We're kicking this off with picking up some resources. Bananas in chat from Lucaro, Dev Chimera, Curls of Doom, Hero Blender, Bear, Dev again, Cybot. I'm looking at chat. I'm not landing in the right place. Actually, I think this will... Okay, that's weird. This will do. This will do right here. My audio is a little bit loud for myself. Aha, turned it up. Okay, very good. Oh, wait, let me double check. What we got going on here? 15. Oh. Yes, my sound is significantly lower than usual. It shouldn't have changed at all. I don't know how that changes. When you open up the program, it's got like a default volume level, which I have fine-tuned for live streams, and apparently that changed. I'm basically here just to pick up redstone. Here's a project we could do here, though. We really need to build like a shulker box loader, so that I stop like coming through and doing this over and over again. So every time I just come in and I like fish it out like this. Which is not the pro way of doing things. Got our first noise in the year. Cowboy up. Thank you for 12 months of support. That is a whole year. Appreciate your generosity, my dude. Thank you for supporting me here on Twitch. We got Cynically Live here with the Amazon Prime subscription. Thank you so much, Cynically. Appreciate you. Right, that appears to be... That's probably all of the redstone, isn't it? Let's do this. What's this? Meet me at the Ark of Champions, you. Oh, okay, can do. A cheesy boy with the Prime. Thank you for 4 months. Finally caught your stream. Well, welcome, welcome. It's part of a Hermitcraft live stream weekend. If you are not in the know, it means that before me, the Rendiggity Dog was live, and after me, Cleo will be live, and there's like a whole day of Hermit streaming back to back. But not just today, tomorrow as well. Now, I would say you can go to livestream.hermitcraft.com, but I didn't organise this one. Ren organised this one, and it just totally skipped my mind that we have the website on the image, and usually we say you can go there and get links and stuff, but y'all know how to use the internet. You know how to do a search engine. You know what Twitch is. You know how to find a hermit and follow them. So I haven't updated that. Yeah. Anyway, if you are wondering what I'm going to get up to today, I might be playing Cub in a game of TCG, although he's no longer online. He did say, like, this is stupid o'clock in the morning for him, so that's cool. We need to pick up some resources, then we're going to go to my base and work on this amazing mega project that I've just started. And I got some really interesting ideas for aesthetics, and I'm going to need y'all to help me with it. Ren's stream was a lot of fun, says Sad Daddy. Yeah, I watched a fair bit of it myself. Let's press the right button. It's that button. Let's see. We've got Everstrew here for 19 months. 19 month streak of butchering my name. Yeah. Yeah, there's been that. El Chino 11, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it ever so much. I'm on my way, Ren. You might even be able to hear me now. Golden TSD MSD 14 for 74 months. Evil X in the chat. Right. Where is he? There he is. The man with the golden crown.
Xisuma, my friend. What's happening, baby? What's happening?
It's all good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Just fine. I was watching a bit of your stream. I think...
Nice.
I think Rian maybe had his volume turned down. Could have been a possible thing.
Okay.
You know, audio issues, it's always like both ends. It's like, it could be on either end.
Don't you find it's also one of the most stressful things that happens on stream? Like when, especially when you interact with others and there's microphone issues. I don't know, I just start panicking.
I haven't had so many, so it hasn't been too bad. I can hear a little bit of cut-off on yours. If you go into your settings and look at voice activation threshold, what do you have yours set to?
Minus 30.
Yeah, mine's minus 33. Now, somewhere around here, I don't know if you're supposed to set it up or down, but like, you know, it might stop the cutting out a little bit. I don't know. Oh, now my chat is saying that Ren is quiet.
Yeah, you see what I mean? You know what, X? Let's not talk about
That it doesn't make sense because
everything's perfect.
you're
I know, right? No, dude, it does.
Okay, it's starting to cut out a lot. Oh my god.
Oh, okay, hold on.
This
Go to
doesn't make
-50.
sense because it's set up so that they should hear what I hear in my eardrum. So
Yeah.
if they're saying you're quiet, why are you not quiet for me? Something's so funny. I can literally
It's something
I can
with
see,
the voice mod, I think.
I can literally see your
Yeah.
volume meter, and it's about the same as mine.
Yeah. Anyway, X, let's not stress about it, alright? It is first stream weekend of the year, man. It's amazing. Super exciting.
It is.
I've
yeah.
got 2 stream torches for you today. 2.
Two. Okay, sorry. I just spent a second like reading my chat, and now they're arguing. Some people are like, "No, Ren's fine," and other people are like, "No, he's quiet," and whatever. Whatever.
Dude. This is what,
Stream
whatever.
weekend. Let's forget
Stream
audio
weekend.
issues.
First stream weekend. Amazing. So, this arrived. We don't know where it came from. I suspect shenanigans named CubFan135, but can neither confirm nor deny.
Yes.
There is a rule for today's stream weekend. You must wear this on your head for your entire stream. This is the rule.
Oh. Here we go. Here we go.
So please plonk that on. There we. Oh, look at that.
Oh man.
Wonderful.
I look silly. It's the
Wonderful.
perfect word. When I
there's
saw
a
this
second
egg, though, I thought someone was going to play a game of like hiding the egg, because that's where we first saw this, right? I thought someone was going to come along in every stream and like hide an egg and then let the hermit find it while they're streaming.
I mean, that could be a thing too, dude. The mystery of the egg is unsolved, so who knows? Who knows what's coming? There's one more though, and this one I made. This is the
log
torch log. Yes.
Ooh, with stars.
So please record all the things and stuffs that you do in your stream today for history and science.
Okay, can do.
Excellent.
I'm gonna copy your stars.
To Cleo next, of course.
Oh, you've already put. Oh, I see. You've already like filled in all the pages.
Yeah.
So I get to type my name at the top. Awesome.
Dude, it's been so long since we've streamed weekend. Hold on, I have to raid you. I've forgotten.
It's just out of touch. Just forgotten how it all works.
Oh goodness. Okay, hold on. 1 second. So I'm gonna send everybody over to you, Xisuma. And please look after them, man. They've been a pretty great audience this morning, I must say. It's been quite difficult getting up this early.
They'll be in good hands.
In the morning.
They'll be in good hands.
Awesome.
While we're here, I must mention, you never crowned a champion, you know, and
I know.
I'm the one person who's going to remember that, because I think I won. I don't know.
You are the champion. Yeah, dude. Okay, we got to get that sorted. All right, next couple of weeks, let's get that sorted. We got to get you crowned.
That would be lovely. Also, this build is amazing.
Xisuma, raid incoming.
Yes.
Let me just.
Welcome, raiders.
Over here. There goes the raid. I'm going to end my stream. Okay, dude, we're so rusty. We need to do more stream weekends. We're so rusty. Oh my goodness.
Oh yes, falling out of practice. Also, streaming in the morning, it's just like your brain isn't quite fully fired up yet.
It's tough, dude. I've enjoyed it though, man. I was up at 5:30 this morning.
Wow. Early bird.
Like had breakfast, went for a walk. Like, I don't know. It's nice to get started. It's such a beautiful day in England today too. So
it is. I'm gonna have to get out there and enjoy the weather.
Hell yeah, man.
Go on a walk.
Awesome. All right, X. Well, that's enough from me, man. Have a great stream, and
Thank you so much.
Later.
See you later, Mr. Wren.
Bye.
Look at this. There's glass. I just sort of noticed it. Like what? Glass emeralds. That's what they are. Hey, we got noises in the ear and I'm falling behind so quickly. Poster Nerd, thank you for 12 months. Aquasurp for 6. We got Skeleton AZ with the Prime. O'Crickety for 10 months. Cowboy Up. Gifting subs to Banyan and Becca. Banny and Becca, I don't need to tell you, but say thanks in the chat. We always appreciate the gifting of the subs. Rendog coming in with the raid. And then CJ the Penguin, 88 for 36 months. Foofy 32 for 4. We've got Anna Bomb Banana for 33, Gobcap for 35, and Enderbrand for 20. So many peeps who have been around for years. I appreciate y'all sticking by us hermits, and I'll let you know what the plan is for me today. The first part of the plan was to pick up some redstone. We have achieved that. The second part of the plan is to pick up some iron blocks. We will do that next. And then we're going to go to my base. And we're going to work on a massive new project that has turned out to be quite decent, let's say. And we're gonna do some ambitious aesthetic building over there. I've got a little bit of a vision in my head. Sometimes in Minecraft, like, I have a vision, and I don't really know how to execute it. But this one, I feel like the vision's quite simple, and we should be able to execute it. So I'm hoping by the end of the stream, we have, like, an amazing build where we're like, we did this. That is the plan, and things don't always go to plan, though, do they, peeps? And, wow, lots of iron. Let's craft it all up. Did Ren give you the book? Ren did indeed give me the book. I have the book. I have this on top of my head. There you go, a little bit of contrast. You can see it now. I also, now having been streaming for 11 minutes, perfect time, I'm in a safe little spot down here. I have a hot cup of tea. I've already treated myself to a decaf coffee this morning. And now I've got a decaf tea as well. Just gonna drink decaf today. Don't know why, I just decided that. Just like today will be a decaf day, you know. Because I had some coffee yesterday in London. I'll tell you all about my trip to London. It was good fun. Anna T, thank you so much for 2 months. And the one and only Lizzie Bess, 53 months. Xisuma, always a delight to hang out with you. Hello to the mods. Hope your day is going well. It's off to a good start. I went to London yesterday. Guess what? I racked up 45,000 steps. So I kind of had a long lay-in, and just felt quite knackered waking up. You know, quite knackered. The next time, well, not the next time, but there will be a time when I go to London, and I'll be going to a gig in the evening with someone. And I will stay in London for the whole day then, and that will be my opportunity to try and crack 50,000. As for my legs, they feel fine today, but I'm just going to rest them anyway. Oh my god! Jeez! I forgot how incredibly intense this part of Minecraft was. Oh my god! Jesus! Phantoms are after me. Oh! I'm trembling. Goodness me. Oh my word. Oh my word. Run away! Quickly, get to oh my god, best game design ever. Woo! Jeez! My heart was racing. Oh, I've never had so much fun in a computer game. Right, now let's go back to the base. Let's go back to the base. I need to calm down. I need to steady myself. Yeah, no, it was great fun walking around London. What I did last time I went was I used the tube to get to places, and this time I was like, I'm gonna walk. And wow, I did a lot of walking, and it was good. It was good. Had a good time. And Lex says, the sarcasm already, X? Oh yeah, the sarcasm has been unleashed. So best beware with your comments. I'm coming for you. No, I don't even know what kind of mood I'm in. I needed a break, and I always convince myself that I don't need a break, and then I wasn't actually going to go, and then in the morning I was like, no, I should really go, and I went, and then I found just, again, learning the same lessons over and over again, just being in a different space, being surrounded by different things, it just opens your brain up and frees it a little bit, and I just felt like a lot of inspiration and ideas and stuff creeping into my mind, and it was good, it was good. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you some things. But we're going to start with some other things. Going to grab some interesting blocks from around the place. I should have, yeah, I got loads of copper. Should I want to build with more copper? That's what I was thinking. Right, and then loads of coal blocks. Should I want to build with more coal blocks? I've got loads of them. And then I got some empty shulker boxes to chuck things into. That's good. Lucaro says, "Oh, this room already came along nicely since the episode." This will be our project for today, and it is related to the latest episode. I will show you what it does immediately. Codex of the Stars, thank you for subscribing. 3 months of support right there. Greatly appreciated. I was thinking, let's chuck in some raw iron. I'm like, no, wait a minute. I need the raw iron to potentially make raw iron blocks. Okay, so I'm going to throw down a shulker box. We're gonna do stuff with this a little bit later. I've got a feeling the coal actually isn't going to be necessary. It's probably the copper I'm going to go with for a little project. That doesn't make sense to put that there. Let's see. Right, I need to show y'all the magic of this place, first of all. Like, what is this? You haven't seen my latest episode, okay? This is a 64 block smeltery. Powered by bamboo. Powered by cactus. You're probably thinking, cactus? What's that got to do with this? So, cactus can be like a passive form of bone meal. Because, look. Well, that's a terrible way to look. Let's go down here. Stick our head in some water. And have a look again. Aha, now we can see. So, cactus is going to flow out of here. We need to build more of these farms. It's going to come around the back and go over the composters and get turned into bone meal. Bone meal is going to shuffle on through into these dispensers, and the dispensers grow the bamboo. So now you understand. Now you have gained knowledge. All of the redstone that I built for this thing, though, allows me to dump this in here. Boom, out comes the minecart. It's going to dump exactly one item into each and every single one of these, and the second one's going to dump 2. So you just saw it go up. And as soon as we start running out of fuel... Oh, by the way, that third one doesn't have anything in. Yeah, as soon as fuel is required, as you can see, it is being created by the bamboo on demand. So, you know, we smelt all of these items. Probably all of these pistons are going to fire at least a couple of times. That one's finished growing. And there you go. Now it's all static again. Now it's all static. Are you limited by hopper speed? Depends what limitation you're measuring, perhaps. I've got a feeling this... I'm not sure if this bit backs up. Like, I'm not sure if all the items get out, because it's 32 and 32. I'm not sure if they can all flow while the next one's smelting, but it's good enough, and I've done a bunch of testing, and I got a bunch of resources there. Hummingbirdie, thank you so much for your subscription. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to the Hermitcraft livestream weekend. Dev Chimera says, I love this episode with the cacti bamboo furnace power, and you were right. The thumbnail was pretty cool. Love to see the experimentation and ideas get explained in the videos. Cool. I'm glad you like that. That's what I've been trying to focus on a little bit more lately. Just coming up with some cool ideas again and getting into that stuff. So, we need to, like, sort of decorate and finalize some of the copper around the redstone. It's supposed to be the other way around, but it's all oxidized. Want to introduce more details and little bits and bobs like we've got up here around the bottom of this. Got to build out the ceiling, which is going to have glowberries hanging down from it, is my plan. And on the back side here, I wanted to have, like, big blocks of this stuff maybe, or maybe the raw copper, and have the room sort of progressively push away. And I don't know quite how that's going to work. So there's going to be like a lot of digging, a lot of block placing, and all sorts. But what we'll do next, Embercalm, thank you so much for 21 months, is give y'all a brief tour of the base and the projects that I've been doing lately, because we have a lot more peeps here than usual. Some of you come over from Rendog. So this is like my aesthetic for the base. It's just got a few farms, a few little projects, you know, glow liking, concrete maker, dirt farm over there, cactus farm up here. Oh, I wonder how stocked up we are. How stocked up are we? Oh dear. Yeah, this thing needs to get like fully stocked before the cactus actually starts powering the furnace stuff. Just running off my bone meal supply for now. So yeah, you got room for expansion, I guess, right there. We're expanding on the other side, though. Cowboy Up says, I'm so ready to get a computer system so I can actually play on Java instead of Bedrock. Looking forward to all the better designs, it seems. Like, you know, yep, Java is a nicer way to play than Bedrock, it seems. Now, if we were to head up here, I could take you all the way to the Axolotl farm, which is an amazing site, but I think I'm going to leave that today. It takes a bit of time to travel around. You should go check out my episode where we built this, I said axolotl farm, it's a glow squid farm. The idea is that the AFK spot, you look up and you can see the farm in action, and it's got allays picking up items. It's really quite amazing. Ow! So, yeah, we got a storage system here, a storage system there, and a storage area down here. Uh-huh. Then you got the ginormous epic ribcage of I don't even use it for anything. That's what it's called, official name. Bunch of random farms off in the distance down the bottom here. This is my base. This is what I have built. And this is how you get back to this area. You just smack your face into the wall. We should also visit the copper farm. I should really restock this thing. I haven't restocked it for a while. Now down in the basement of the spine, we have the copper aging facility brought to us by Pixrift. I wonder... Aha. Light levels have been adjusted because I have beacon beams usually here. However, I've installed some redstone to turn those on and off at my command, my whim, if I want them or not. Oh, I thought everything here would have aged. Oh, actually, look, I just never reloaded it. I was showing Mumbo and I never reloaded it. Dang, not very good. Can we do a little bit of reloading while we've got messages coming through? We can. Okay, I'm going to read some messages and we're going to do some reloading. We got Yuri824. 9 months Twitch baby right there. Thank you so much for 9 months of support. And ye old envelope. Dang, old envelope. I really appreciate your enthusiasm, energy, and sarcasm each stream. You keep us engaged, entertained, and always give us something to think/talk about. Keep up the amazing work and thank you. Thank you for such a lovely message, my dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What? Wait, in chat they're like derp. What's this derp moment? Oh, this sounds like a derp themed thing. Like, you know, like oh, look, we could pretend that thing there was a derp. Oh my god, oh my god. Xisuma, press that derp button so I can get my little dopamine rush. Have I ever done that voice before? I think that's just a unique inflection of the voice, thanks to having basically morning voice. Oh! I don't even know what that voice is. New voice, same sarcasm. What is the derp for? What? Xisuma doesn't acknowledge a derp. Another one for the bingo. Sorry, what is the derp? No one's even said what it is yet. I'm looking at my chat and no one... Because you didn't restock the machine. Sure that's a derp. Gosh, stretching, isn't it? Like, am I allowed to just not restock it because I was hanging out with Mumbo and showing him it? Jeez, talk about stretching. Dang. Y'all a bunch of fiends out here. We got a noise in the ear. It's Randy Nicole 2002, 94 months. Playing with that copper machine again. Yes, I am. Gonna load it up. Keep the copper rolling in, right? Wonder if I don't think I'll ever actually run out. I don't know. I got like 8 boxes of this copper to be aged. I don't know how long that takes. When we first built this thing, I was like down here every day. My idea was that it would be a tradition to sort of start a stream with a little bit of loading, unloading. But, you know, forgot about that. So at least we're loading up some of these modules so they can age while we're in the area. And I've been using these aged copper blocks as part of my building now. Oh, one too many. If you decided not to restock, it will be one thing, but forgetting it is a derp. But like, did I forget? You know? Was it like, oh, I have to fill it up? Jeez, stretching. See the lengths these fiends will go to? Right, Darky John says, you inspired me for my next world to have a massive cactus farm at the centre, continuously creating bone meal store, which many farms, including the smelter design, can draw on demand. That is literally what I've been thinking about doing, like, for next season of Hermitcraft, okay? Which, by the way, okay, I know it's not for another 3 years. You heard it here first. What? I always think long term. But when I was doing this, I was like, there's so many other farms I could hook up to this. Like, it would make sense to have like a central line of bone meal running through your base, and then, you know, your bone meal farm powers that, thought that was pretty cool. And then I was like, I can't really adapt / redo my base at this point. Like, it is whatever it is. So I was kind of like onto the same idea. I was thinking, yeah, that could be like a central thing for the base in a future season. Jolkip, 88 months. Have a nice stream weekend. Thank you for your continued support, my dude. It's appreciated. We'll definitely have a nice weekend because that is what these stream weekends are. They are wonderful events every single time. It's amazing we've gone so long without doing one. James 20 Mon says you can only have 24 furnaces over a hopper line. Ah, someone's done some calculations. 24, right. Which, let me think. 24, 48. So yeah, it's like 72, where have I got 64? So had I known that, I maybe could have made a smelter that was 72 along and have a couple of pickup points. So it's perfectly timed. I don't want to do that. I'm happy with this where it is. I don't mind the fact that the item's back up. Like, I'm not looking for absolute perfection. But maybe next time I revisit a project like this, I can adjust things a little bit, you know? Some good tea right here. Now, do you ensure exactly one item input from Hopper Minecart? Yes. Yes, it does. Amethyst Frog says, how long does it take to grind for those bone blocks? Oh, it was like an overnight thing. You'll see in, I believe my next episode, the very beginning, gives you a bit of a rundown on how that all works. Now, this is like awkwardly positioned. And I think the best thing to do is probably just to put like a bunch of blocks in here that sort of say like you tell a story of detail. I don't know what it would be, but you put a bulge, maybe some copper, and then you hang some things off it so it looks like some sort of mechanical instrument, or you know what? You know what I'm getting at, right? You make it look like it's a thing and not like it's just there to hide something else. Because I need to make some markers. Well, I've got this vision. I've got this vision that the back wall isn't straight like this. It's actually like steadily going back each time. And then there would be these big pillars of like copper. I don't think it's going to work with iron. I don't think iron's got the right aesthetic. These big pillars of copper going up. It's kind of where I was at. And that thing's just in the way. It just makes starting like a little bit more awkward. You're like, not quite sure what to do with that. Because what I could do is maybe push even more of this across so it mirrors that side a bit more. It's a bit of a tricky starting point, really. It's like, where do I go from here? Watching these hermits streams are making me want to play Minecraft now. Hey, go for it. Follow the inspiration. Billman, 68, thank you for 74 months. And Soundwave Hope, thank you for 33. Greatly appreciated. Every time I press F5, I've got the little silly little hat on. So yeah, currently I'm a little bit stumped as to how to just get going here. Because I know what I want the rest of it to look like, but then when it comes over to this space, it's kind of awkward. Maybe I should... See, if I started from here, I'm not sure how far back in that direction I should go. If I get some mangrove wood and just perhaps mark what's at the end of the room, I think I'm going to have like a doorway there. Going to make sense. Wait, what am I fishing for? If I've got wood, it's in here. That thing looks really big there, and then on your head it's just tiny. Like, it's bigger than this. In fact, I should probably put that safely away for now. Mangrove wood, we are looking for you. Uh-huh. So one thing I'm not going to do is measure out the distance so it's perfect. Right? Like, I'm happy for this room to just end somewhere around here. In fact, let's just use the wall. Right? So we've got... I've got this wall that's already here. That'll do. So that's going to take us to our next area. Of course, all of this would be stripped. So, like over there, over here. And then, should we do the gap of 2? 1, 2... Was it offset a block? No, it wasn't. And then gap of 2 here. And that can help me get started a little bit. I think. I'm probably going to end up with like the same problem down here, just not knowing quite where to go. But I think what will probably work best is if we put that there, and then we need some sort of like new formation. How am I going to do this? Dang. I know what I want, but I just don't quite know how to get started. So every so often, there's going to be like this. I think these things are going to be like 5 wide, right? And then they go up to the ceiling, and then the next one's going to be down here, and it's going to be 5 wide again. And then another one, and then another one. Right, just these big pillars of copper going all the way to the top. If they were 5 wide, it kind of looks like there's about room for 3, actually, which might be a good starting sort of reference. And then it's like, what's behind them, actually? I wanted to put something dark. Maybe that's where we go and put the coal blocks. So there's something quite dark at the back of the room. Maybe that means we could start this in a little bit of a different place. Oh, again, those blocks are just so in the way. So in the way. I could change them and you'd never notice from the other side. I think is probably a smart way to think about it. So if I go 1, 2, we did 2 there, hang on. I do that. If I allow myself to change those blocks, then we can have a pillar here. You know the neatness disorder, right? Like, oh no, like every now and then, when I'm rarely ever here, I'll look at the back and I'll know. Oh look, I can see a slight little bit of texture of something different. That's how the brain works when playing this game. It's so silly. Just let it go. I really need to do like an organic space at some point where just everything is chaos, you know? So I can just let go of all this neatness. Sound like a broken record, probably. I've said that so many times. So yeah, like, this might be a little bit clunky, but here at the entrance, I don't know, you sort of walk through, there's a bit of a thing going on there. I'm half wondering if I should... Yeah, then the room starts maybe at this depth. Oh no! Then we got redstone in the way! I can move that redstone, fortunately. Actually, it's not in the way yet, but it will be in the way soon. So somewhere around here I've got coal blocks, right? If not, I can make some more. That could be the back of the room. Going all the way up, and then we can figure out where those pillars are next. Seems good to me. Let's start removing some stone. Let's start pushing it back. Getting some numbers in. Oh! Jeez. Water is everywhere. I collect these emerald ores, by the way. At some point, I need to put them somewhere. I don't have any torches on me. What's that about? Right, are we in a little waterlogged area? Doesn't seem very big if it is. Right, that's fine. That's good. That's dandy. X, just an FYI, nothing claustrophobic, you have a bit of video lag. A second every couple of minutes. Audio is not stopping, but the video does. That might be Twitch or something on your end. I haven't seen any... No, I've got 0 drop frames or anything like that, so I don't know what that is. No one else has mentioned it either, so... Maybe something on your end. Right, we got... Mordemissy, here with the Prime subscription, and Yellow Howd for 83 months. Another Evil X coming in. Hi X, hope you are well. I just got an apprenticeship at a zoo, and I'm pretty excited about it. Awesome, my dude. Congratulations on the apprenticeship. Hope you enjoy the work there. Sounds pretty cool. Dev says, Xisuma, what if you go with a more rubbled down place? That way you could hide some bits and bobs of hanging roots on top of the cracked walls, allowing for an easier transition between the colours. I could go for that. It's like not my strength to do such a thing though. However, I think what I might do is just lay in the rough idea of what we're doing and then revisit that idea because... Oh yeah, you'll have that like that. There's a way in which we can fix that, right? If I do it properly. Okay, let's try again. I'm in a hole. Whoops. Doesn't need to be stripped. Doesn't work, does it? Is there a way this works? I think maybe if you place it like this. Oh, there might not be a way to do that. Oh, now I'm in a pool of water. Yeah, I'll leave that. It's not worth messing with at the moment. So, if we come back over here, yeah, we just got to keep placing this stone, I guess. As you can see, this room just kind of like borders a bunch of caves and means there's a bunch of open space when we build sometimes. Huh. Right, and some important redstone there that might end up getting rebuilt. Because I was just thinking to myself, this thing could be 5 blocks. And then you could have... Oh, that would work. Then you'd have your copper. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Yeah, it kind of seems like that's maybe the sort of ratio that we want over here. Is that all the blocks I got? I got more. I got more. Haley Bailey, 28 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Welcome to the Hermitcraft livestream weekend. I got to keep saying that. I got to keep reminding y'all. There's the whole thing. Armored Monkey's here for 54. This is our 6th Twitch baby. Last month I said we were expecting our 6th baby next month, and you misunderstood and I thought I meant IRL. I'm ducking out now. Got ya. Got ya. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think I remember that as well. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh. Thanks for tuning in, my dude. Have a great rest of your day. So yeah, then the 5th one's like somewhere around here. That seems to line up pretty well. So you have these big free budding rises of raw copper blocks. Might want to mix in a couple of other textures with them. I'm not sure what will mix in that well. Probably a little bit of iron. It's gonna be really drastic, and I think it needs to start further back. So let's go. Let's do something where we can make some actual progress for a little bit, because yeah, some of that creative stuff, man, it slows you down. You've got to really like try different things, think over and over again. Well, that's Minecraft, isn't it? So what I want is for this next bit, I want some of these blocks, that's for sure. And then, I put them in here by mistake. They're not supposed to go in there. Some of these as well. Like, we want to throw in some details and stuff. So we're going to need, like, an axe and some honeycomb. I don't have any honeycomb. Let's go grab some. Admirari, 14 months of support. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Now that's a derp, says Avian. Fiends! Absolute fiends! Jeez. Any little sign of it. Oh, you're shivering, aren't you? You're quaking. Slytro, 42 months. Always bring your towel. Always bring your towel? Okay. Thanks for the entertainment. Cheers, my dude. Cheers. Let's pop this one down over here. So we're going to need some of this stuff on our travels. Going to need to make use of our axe. Oh my word! Why? Where? How? No! Just stay away. I got some torches somewhere around here. Looks like we need to light up some caves. Dang, I got no torches. I need some sticks. Got no sticks. What is this? Right, let's make a few torches. I think it came from that cave that we kind of wandered through a second ago. Actually, where did it come from? Because there ain't a lot of darkness right around here. Ah, there it is. It must have wandered in from this spot. And there's plenty of coal in these mountains, should I need more. And iron, apparently. Right, that'll... Oh. How do I get out? There we go. Beans, says Admirari. Yes, giant bean towers, I guess you could say we're building. Ah! Don't want to be down here. Seems like this place needs a few more torches too. Guess not all the parts of the base are lit up. Ugh. Dang, my brain is like ticking over with blocks that we can put in this spot. So, vines. Can vines be grown with bone meal yet? I don't think they can. So basically, they don't really have vines. Glow lichen would be another one, although it emits light. I'm not sure if I want that. It's a low level, so we can work with that. Then I need the means to make more copper-related stuff. Okay, so we're going to grab some of them. They make a lot. You've got to remember that. They make a lot. Some of them. So now we've got options down here. Options for detail and stuff. Okay. Right. First things first, though. These are supposed to be... I feel like I should throw down a torch, even though it's not going to permanently be here, just so we can clearly see what we're doing. These are supposed to be at that level, and I think we're going to mix those two together. So here's where our honeycomb comes in, because these are all oxidized, right? I'm glad it doesn't pop stuff off. That would be such a typical like old school Minecraft, the most expected thing possible would be that when you change that block state, it pops off the redstone. That would just be, you know, Minecraft 2012 in a nutshell right there. This game used to have so many annoying quirks that would slow you down like that. Alright, so then we've got to make those squishy sounds. Yeah, that'll all do. A few blocks at a time, isn't it? And probably should have done this first time I built it, right? Also, I'm not so sure about like that texture. Maybe a little bit of that here and there. Not in this part though. Yeah, that looks okay. Just want to make sure I get all the bits of this contraption properly changed over. And that should be all of it, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to count what's over the back there as being a part of it. Right, yeah. So that's deliberately like that. Then if we make our way down to the other end, we've got to do a bit down there. Mariah Berry says, wow, super cool. Thank you. It is super cool, isn't it? And this is super simple too. So now it'll stay looking like that. And then I want to work on this bit with the furnaces. You see, they're all just kind of like held up. They're sort of floating, right? Like, we need some of these blocks here and there. We need to do it in a way where the lighting is considered too. And I don't know if I should do it like evenly or odd, because I'm gonna come in and tarnish up everything else with some odd stuff. So let's say we actually just go and embrace like the oddness of it, do something like that to begin with. Then around here it's really dark. Now we're gonna make use of this for a second. We don't need to give it a crazy amount of light, right? But what I think I want to do is change this pattern to that and then put that on it. It doesn't quite reach over here. But that does. So yeah, then, like I said about like wear and tear and tarnish and stuff. Need a couple of blocks like this. And also, I think just in general, let's get these ones sort of randomly scattered around. Yeah. Oh! Oh yeah, you see this box? I used the box tool to just give me a render that roughly gave me the right area to dig out. I no longer need that, so we'll go and turn that off. Aha, if you were wondering, if you're like, what's that weird box? Now you know. Put light blocks behind the stairs, says nice nicely live. Why would we put them behind the stairs? Then they wouldn't be doing anything. Which reminds me, I also wanted to take advantage of this texture and maybe a little bit of warped wood. I feel like warped wood isn't going to mix too well in here. What's the other thing I'm looking for? Yeah, they're in here. Trapdoors, right? Those could, though, because they're like more of a shape. Maybe the stripped wood. The stripped wood would probably mix in relatively okay. So let's say just close to this middle bit where we've got a bit more uniformity. Maybe here is where we do this. My only concern is that it creates quite a lot of light upwards. That will actually have the bamboo at that level like growing more probably. Let's go put them back a block. So if I go and recess them by 1, they'll be slightly less bright. Ooh. Torchflower, with that name, great opportunity to perhaps do a little something with lighting levels again. Could always do with more options with lighting levels. That's kind of nice, actually. That kind of looks like just good as its own little thing. I don't know the where and the why of the darker tiles, but like, why don't we put them at the bottom? As if to just perhaps suggest some sort of darker mold down the bottom. Right, and obviously we're going to need the occasional glow lichen. And yeah, let's get in there and do as I said. Put in more of these, right? Occasionally you want to have like a stair block that goes in by 1 perhaps. And we're just starting to rough it up a little bit. Ah, I fell in a hole. It actually looks really good being roughed up, I think. Now, Bulkers, thank you for the nice message in the chat. Imagine some lights on the chest to know when it's ready to pick up. The chest is always ready to pick up. Oh, you mean that chest? I mean, maybe. I was thinking earlier about like a future season of Hermitcraft. Like, I keep having these ideas that I mention over and over again, and not so much pursue. And one of them is to really redstone the base, really go in on just put redstone everywhere, right? And this is one of those moments where it's like, well, I'm going to walk in here, I'm going to chuck the stuff in, the furnaces are going to turn off, and I'm going to go pick up my items. But you could go further with that. You could do a little bit of redstonification, right? And sometimes the point is just because it'll make it different. It'll be something fun. Now, I can't be having that. That looks weird. Wonder if a little bit of glow lichen, yeah, that'll fix it. See, this wood type just doesn't quite mix in my eyes. And that, you know, the way the hopper is, it kind of feels a bit disconnected. Like, is that actually telling me a story of like it's holding it up? I'm not sure that it is. What do y'all think? Does it look like it's holding it up? To me, it just kind of looks like it's sort of off the edge. And then I thought about taking these trapdoors and like slapping them over here, and I just think it would be a bit much. Although maybe just in a small little configuration like that, it could work. I'm honestly not sold by that. Carmex9248, thank you so much for 11 months of support, my dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, it actually feels to me like it's not really adding much to the build. It's sort of taking away. Yeah, I'm gonna rip that out, and the other one. I think it's not necessary. Just the nature of the hoppers, just gonna they don't feel connected. But this has given me an idea, and that is to just investigate. Like, what happens if we put a block back there and then put that in? That kind of works as well, actually. That's okay. I like that. Let's keep the aesthetic rolling. Put more of these blocks in. And I think the one thing that we're missing a lot of is the aged stuff. So like, oh yeah, and then I need to get that. Put one there. Right, so as we do a pass, let's pick out a few blocks here and there just to wrangle. I think doing them in little groups like that will probably look good in the long run. And I think I want to get rid of this. Then up here it feels like we probably could do with a couple more of these sorts of blocks here and there. It's missing something at this spot. Don't know what. Let's go ahead and age all of that. And one just changed back before my eyes. Can you believe it? Before our eyes, actually. I like the music, says Gustav. The music's great, isn't it? Right, now this bit's all nicely done up, and I think actually what we want is for it to be at least a little bit rustic like the rest of the stuff. Even though it's like the most well-maintained bit. Right, what does this stuff look like with glow liking on? Does it help it kind of mix together a bit more? Just a few more spurts of this here and there I think would be cool. Yeah, now it's quite a different story really, isn't it? I'm not sure if I should do the same thing across the back, but that's the idea, to rust it up a little. I don't see why this over here should be any different. Change a couple of blocks here and there. Even though you can barely see them, they'll tell a story, don't worry. Yeah, looking good. PS Scooper, thank you so much for your Amazon Prime subscription, peeps. We have reached the middle of the stream where I like to transition to standing, because sitting makes my bum kind of numb. You know? Okay, I have a question. What time of day is it for X? Because for me, he started his stream at 3 in the morning, and currently it's around 4 now. It is a different time of day where I am. It is 11 AM almost. Sitting makes my bum kind of numb, says Dev with quotes. That is what I just said. I mean, is it not a normal thing that after you sit static, not moving for a while, that your bum gets kind of numb? I don't know. Skeleton A says glowberries with vines as overlay is a nice filter if you're looking for columns. Could look good in this area. Don't quite. I think when we get to that stuff and you see my vision for it, then it will probably make more sense, right? Also, I got this idea of like having mud on one side and greenery. How did this inventory get so full up? Unbelievable. I guess I need to empty some blocks again. Probably don't need so many of those. Peeps, now that I've stood up, I need to go to the loo. Happens every time, I swear. Hey X, I remember back in Season 8 you were planning on making a massive statue and you used a program to get Hero Forge figures to block into Minecraft. What program was that? Can't tell you off the top of my head. I got it bookmarked on my computer, but yeah, you'll have to just do some searching around. That's all I was doing. I was just Googling and figuring out, testing, you know, and I found something. Anyways, peeps, don't go anywhere. I'm just going to nip to the loo and I will be back shortly. I'm back, peeps. I'm back. I need to hydrate. It's not evening time. I can... Oh, wait. I've got to get rid of the Be Right Back screen, too. I can drink all the water I want. Hydration reminder, peeps. Remember to drink water throughout the day. Keep yourself feeling good. Keep yourself hydrating, you know. Professional water noises. If only these were professional ones. So I was thinking that we should probably actually go fill in the back of this room as well. Like there's this spot up the top there that isn't... Look, you can see a hole. A literal hole. And also, those andesite blocks, they could have probably been something a little bit more aesthetically complicated, but we are where we are. And IYIYILL, thank you so much for resubscribing. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I guess we're going to have to use a rocket to get up there, right? Here we go. It's darker. How am I only here? Just flew a rocket up to the ceiling. Oh, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, this little bit here needs filling in, which is what I was thinking. What is the Spotify playlist? The music's so good, says Bean MC. Oh, of course. Of course, I'm listening to music, and therefore it has to be a Spotify playlist. It couldn't possibly be anything else, right? It's not a Spotify playlist, so, you know. You know, you could just search up the artists, and they're on Spotify. But it ain't a playlist. Maybe this is just one of those things where it's like, you know, put the record on, right? That's because we called vinyls records. That name's sort of lingered around. Like, you wouldn't say, so-and-so just dropped a new CD. No one says that. Album, maybe. Record, quite often. But the record is the format. So, like, maybe the language is... Yeah, kind of like Googling it. That's a great example. It's like... Maybe some people just think Spotify is it. Like, there's nothing else. It's just Spotify. Kids these days, says Embercom. Yeah. Just doesn't understand that there's other things than Spotify for music. Hot new cassette mix. Cassettes are still a bit of a thing. I noticed. Like, only in niche areas. Kind of like vinyl. You know, like vinyl collecting's a bit of a thing. Like, where the CD has been replaced by streaming... Enthusiasts have started collecting vinyl. That's been on a bit of a rise. There's also like, there's still like, you can get cassette releases of stuff, but it tends to be like very scene specific. I've noticed. Like some scenes embrace some of that nostalgic type stuff. Right, so now I've got to find one of these that has all of that. That's what I'm looking for. Right. Let's shuffle our inventory, because it doesn't need any more space, this inventory, does it? What do you mean the inventory needs sorting? God, it's perfect. It's a perfect system with no flaws. Yeah, let's just chuck all of that in there, actually. For a moment. But then we're going to use it again a moment later. You know? When there's this many blocks and you're trying to use them, it gets all kinds of tricky. Oh, rooted dirt. I'll save that for a special occasion. Yeah, I might need more packed dirt, which means mud plus wheat. Speaking of inventory management, I do actually have the mod. Running. The song's a little bit tense, isn't it? Alright, so then what do I need more of? Like the bricks, I think? And then I probably need those in a couple of different forms. I need a crazy amount of that. It's the granite that I probably need more variety on. Okay, so let's start placing blocks. We're going to do it the same way on this side too. Ah, looks like I've got to rip out the existing layer a little bit as well. so these are where our slabs and stairs go. Maybe we'll try and just do that first. Because they're all gonna be placed just like this. So then we rip out this level. There'll be full blocks. And leave a little bit of space for the next ones. We'll go here. Dang it! It's awkward placing these blocks. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, like building a little section at a time like this, because then I got to think like, oh wait, where is that next thing going? Like, whereabouts is it? I'm not entirely sure. Dang instant mine. Let's get some stone on here. Put a couple of those in, right? And then that's kind of it, actually. That's all of those blocks placed. Well, that was easy. Right, so next comes in the other blocks on our next pass. Where's the granite? Granite, coarse dirt, packed mud. I feel like there was something else. There was these. Those are our 4 blocks, right? I do want to be able to see a little bit of what's going on here, you know. Right then, lots of this stuff. I feel like I've got to fill in these gaps again. Hey, we've got a noise in the ear. It's Joel's abs. Or Joel Sabs. Oh gosh, I butchered it. Thank you so much for your Prime subscription. My dude, thank you for using the old Amazon Prime on me. Peeps, if you did not know, you can use your Amazon Prime to subscribe to a Twitch streamer of your choice. Right, let's go put more blocks down, funny enough. You didn't know I was going to do that, did you? Ruffled your feathers with that one. He's placing blocks, is he? Oh, gosh. What a rebel. Lonely Frost, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate ya. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Having a good time. It's looking alright, isn't it? It's pretty easy to do this once you've done it a bunch of times. And then it's just a big flat area over here, essentially, up to this spot. And that's where we'll probably stop placing these blocks. Haven't even finished building the path, have I? Few spots of granite here and there, I think will be important. I want to get those shapy bits in too. Very nice. Very good. Right, I'm happy with that. Now we can do the details on the wall. Should ask once again. Since he didn't see the question, says Tunker out, you can always ask again. But to be honest, like when I stream, I always want to interact with chat. But the best way for that to happen is for my mods to pick out questions for me, because I just tend to waffle and like I think I need too much brain power on looking at what's going on in front of me, you know. But I'll try. I'm so greedy. Even as I have an iron farm, I would mine all the iron ore I can find. Says Call Me Misfit. Yeah, I'm like that. I keep mining it, and I'm just like, why? I don't need this. But I'm compelled. Compelled to mine all the blocks. Give me them. Right, and that one. Yeah, that looks about right for this next bit of decor that we're going to work on. Dark prismarine blocks first, I reckon. Gonna put them in these little spots. You know what? I don't mind if one escapes me. I've got so many of these. Oh, will I have enough blocks to... Oh, exactly the right amount. Look at that. Pro! Pro. Didn't even know. I didn't even know. Right, then we'll put in some of these ones next, I think. Need a few more of them, though. DHG Ifrit! With 10 months saying Sup X. Sup Ifrit. Every time I read that name, I just remember Final Fantasy VII. Which, by the way, when is like the next part of the reboot coming out? You know? I need to get on my treadmill and get some RSI again. That's what happened last time I played Final Fantasy. And then I busted up my legs. That was a whole thing. Now I copy Tunkerout's message to the Discord and X still doesn't read it. Give me a minute, Lucro. Jeez. God, I'm playing a computer game and talking to people. My word. Right, and then do I get that one back? I don't know if I do. Get some RSI again. I tuned out a bit. Sorry, what's this, Banian? I was just joking about playing Final Fantasy VII again. That's all. Because playing that remake was a delight. A delight. It really just had like the spirit of the old game. It didn't feel. It didn't feel like a replacement for it. Like I still feel like quite nostalgic towards the original Final Fantasy VII. Just one of the most incredible stories in a game ever. They did it justice with the remake. It just made it into such an awesome experience again. And then it's just been... Let me think. It'll be coming up on 2 years, right? Or 3, maybe, if I can do the math properly. Chat, you gotta tell me, when is the next one coming out? Someone's gonna know, right? Someone's gotta know. Right, over here. Oops. I feel like we haven't got chaotic enough. We need the unpredictable element, which is just like a different block. One you might not have been expecting to see over here. That's all it is. Double up on that there. Right, that to me is looking kind of alright. Just need to work on the rusty elements here. Between December 23 and March 24. Oh my god, they're making us wait. They are making us wait for that next part. Dang. Sounds like if they're giving such a wide window, it kind of sounds, I don't know, December 23rd. Like, if you want to hit the Christmas market, you want to get it out in like November, early December, right? Like, if you want to be that game that everyone's getting for Christmas. Although I don't know if things, oh, sure they do work like that today to some extent, but some things that used to just be the way things are done, you know, they change. Yeah, much more rustic looking now, isn't it? I like it. Probably need to embrace that a bit more, like up around the top there, and any way you can look, keep it kind of consistent. But yeah, so that's the bottom of that bit done. Let's go ahead and chuck these things away, and then think about what's next. Are you randomly placing the blocks to create a gradient, or did you make it beforehand with World Edit? Tunkerout, you've just seen me do all of it by hand. And there is no gradient, so it is what it is. I've just built it. Yeah. Right, so we could grind out a bit of the ceiling, but I think we want to get more of this side done first. And it's just the one thing I'm struggling with a bit. I think what I really want is for the room to start off being deeper this way anyway. So I think it makes sense to do that and to build out from the center here. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try a different approach and see if it gets us going. Because once we get going, then we can start digging away and placing a lot of blocks and seeing where it goes. But those I've been starting from the corners, and those corners get me kind of like hung up. It's like, oh, not sure. Ceilings are my weakness, to be honest. They're so difficult, says Dev. Well, my thing with the base is just to keep it in darkness, right? Like, all I'm going to do is put flat mob blocks up there, but then I'm going to have glowberries hanging from them in this one, so that's going to make everything a little bit different. Is this a part of the stream weekend my time zone weird has been? Yes, it is. After me will be Cleo, and I don't know who else is after that. So yeah, for all of you that are tuned in, okay, hit that follow button here on Twitch. Make sure you're following me. And then go to Twitter. And my Twitter, it's on there. You know, you got the schedule. You can see all the other hermits that are streaming. Go to their channels. Give them a follow. Catch as many as you can. Because a Hermitcraft live stream weekend is always a good time. And I don't want you missing out, you know. I'll be streaming again same time tomorrow, by the way. Right, how far back will this bit go before it becomes something new? I don't know. Maybe a couple more blocks, I think. Tunkarat says, good morning from Argentina. Lovely to start the day having a nice breakfast and watching the stream. I wonder, as you built both of them, do you prefer making a base that has no outside, as encased in a mountain, or below ground, let's say, or do you prefer making a proper outside? I struggle with making the outside and inside work together, and I'm much easier with building interiors. So I'm always going to gravitate towards interior stuff. But when you constantly have to dig like out of space, that can be annoying too. You know. Impulse after Cleo, then Tango, then False, then maybe Scar. If not, Ren will stream again. Then it's Cubfan, then Joe, says Rigard Deval. Thanks for letting me know. I'm hoping, I've got a feeling it won't work out, but let me think for a second. Wait, Impulse. So, hang on. Cleo is till 2, Impulse till 4, Tango to 6, False to 8. Oh, right. So 8 till 10. If 8 till 10 is Scar, I might be able to make myself free. And I was thinking, you know, like Ren's stepping up to do another stream in one day. Why don't we lighten his load? Maybe we can get a bunch of hermits together and play TCG games. Like, just have a TCG section of the stream. Something like that I thought would be super cool. That's what I was thinking. I don't know if that'll happen, but that's what I was thinking. Right, okay, trying to visualize. See, the problem is I've got to dig out all this space constantly now. I guess maybe now's time for the waffling, right? Is it waffle time? Did I just drink some water a second ago? I feel like I'm getting constant dry mouth. Or maybe I was about to and got distracted. Got distracted by myself, which would be a very me thing to do. Grian said he might do a stream. He might have been joking though, you never know. Yeah, Grian's not too keen on streaming, I think. It's not everyone's cup of tea, right? Are you filling in the stream log? I guess I haven't been, because... What have we done? We've really just been, like... Let's see what Ren did. Terraformed Gigacorp Island a bit, had a car wash, made this stream torch, worked on ice boat, race course, cracked packs. So all I can say is, like, picked up farm resources. I did a brief base tour. See, I do have other stuff we could do, like build a cactus farm or build some redstone stuff in the nether, but I kind of felt like just hanging out in this room was the way to go. Aged, let's say we aged furnace copper. Let's make it sound a little bit more like, oh, what's that about, you know? Aged furnace copper wool or something like that. And then expand. Let's say built copper pillars. I don't know. Aged furnace copper. This just doesn't sound very enticing, doesn't it? Brief base tour. Rustic? I want to say like rustified. Rustified. Oh, you know, like I'm saying it like it's not a real word. No, now it is. Rustified furnace array. Right, we did that. So I'll write the next bit if we actually get it done, because I was like gonna put copper pillars in there, and I'm like, well, I haven't actually done that yet, so maybe hold off on that one. Hold off until it's actually done. See, now I'm like in resource filling up my inventory mode. You just want a button that's like switch it out, you know, and it goes moves all these other little things that you're definitely not using for a minute. Okay, like a lot of this is not going to get used again for a minute. Like that stuff can go back in there. Slabs can go back in here. If they fit. They don't fit anymore. Dang. Right, now we're looking a little bit in better shape, and I'll throw these down as well. We'll dig away some space. So if we're doing some digging, that means we can do some waffling. I'll tell you about my trip to London yesterday. So I learned about Portobello Market. There's like, I think they call it a flea market. You know, like a market area, open street. People come and set up their stalls and sell stuff. And, you know, I went there knowing I'm probably not going to get anything, right? Because, oh dang, I think I need to take a trip to repair some tools, right? Like, alright, quick trip to the end. Take the sword with us if we're going to leave all these boxes here. Usually I pack everything up, but we'll take the sword. And then we'll be good. I hope there'll be an anvil queue in the logbook. I mean, that's a goal, isn't it? Who else? It's just me online at the moment. It's just me online. Let's go this way. Your content reminds me of the old school Let's Players like David Angel and Paul Source Jr.'s. Well, I guess I started from that kind of era, right? Like a lot of new Minecraft content creators today are doing this whole like hyper fast editing stuff, you know. Today, me and my friends on my world, we go in and we build a witch farm, and then we build a witch farm to build this other farm, and that farm, and this farm. Click the like button, and blah 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 blah, and they're like throwing stuff in your face, really fast. You know what I'm talking about. I'm doing a terrible impression, you know. But everyone's seen those videos. Like that's like the new standard. Like 100 days in hardcore, and then it's just like it just starts off with just building crazy farms, and it's just like a different era now, isn't it? And the classic WoW soundbite, is that the wow one? You know, I've watched some of those videos and thought about doing them myself, and then I'm just like, nah. I like this way that we do it. Oh, they're so loud. Let's turn down the volume. Anyway, yeah, I was going to tell you all the story just about going down to Portobello Road, walking up and down, looking at all the different things for sale. There's one area where it's like, it's almost like hoarders. Like, I noticed that the vans people were unloading stuff out of just had so much stuff in it, and I can't imagine wanting to do this, but I guess, you know, like, everyone's got their thing. But, like, it's literally just any old thing. Like, there'll just be, like, a random toaster, or, like, I saw, like, a pair of, like, 1980s ski boots. And just so many things where it's like, who is this for? And there was a lot of really old clothes from, like, the 80s and 70s and stuff. Trinkets, little statues, cutlery, all sort of stuff I just have no interest in myself. So, like, it's not for me. And I couldn't get my head into it. Like, it's so not for me. But some people just seem to love it. They're just selling and trading all this old stuff. And I thought, there's such a slim chance of me seeing anything I would actually want to buy. Like, because if it were like a book that looked interesting, I'd be like, audiobook on my phone. You know, like, if it were a DVD, I'd be like, I'd rather stream it than have to faff around with a DVD player. Like, so I just have no overlapping interests. I did think though, what if they had like a bunch of computery stuff? Because I recently, I think my old sound card died, and so I brought one online, and it's like a 20-year-old sound card, and I literally want it just for its MIDI sound banks, and like I paid a fair bit of money for it, and I thought maybe like trading computer parts if I was a bit more infused, or like I had a project like I needed to make a, like I don't know, like an old school PC and try and find some parts, like that would sort of be vaguely more interesting to me. But I just couldn't find anything. I did find some leather footballs, like old school leather footballs for sale, and I thought about getting one for my nephew. But then I don't really like buying stuff all the time, you know. Because like you're walking up and down these market stalls and there's just so much junk, and it just reminds me of how consumer oriented we are. Everything is just like, you know, you don't wear clothes until they're falling apart and they need stitching. You just buy new stuff all the time. Like I don't personally. I do buy a little bit of new clothes here and there, but like I like to make stuff last. And yeah, it just sort of highlights the problem with how we treat materials and possessions and stuff. But like I like the digital world. I like how you don't have to constantly own and buy stuff with digital. Well, you know what I'm getting at, right? Like the lack of physicalness to it. I really like that. So yeah, it was just, you know, I was just stepping into a world that really wasn't for me. Yeah, almost brought a leather football, but that wouldn't have even been for me. It also it seemed like it, like I picked it up and it gave it a bit of a bump, and it kind of seemed like it would be a good thing to kick around as well. I wondered if it were like legit old school, or sort of made to be an old school, but like is actually just a normal football. Like, is it a skin, an aesthetic, or is it actually a old school leather football just made with modern techniques? I really didn't know. There was no one at the stall to ask either. I like these places for some types of jackets. Specifically, women's suit jackets can be cheap there, says Atasked. Yeah, there were lots of... If you're really into clothes and thrift store type stuff, that was what it was all about. And I'm not into clothes and thrift stores. So, you know, like, I look at clothes very functionally and not aesthetically. And so there's a lot of, like, different style and colour and shape, and all of it just goes over my head. So... not for me, but I walked up and down the whole thing a couple of times, and yeah, saw a bunch of odd and interesting stuff. And then what was funny is one of the very first things I saw that caught my eye when I got there. There's a little stall selling like metal t-shirts, right? But what I noticed straight away is that they weren't the normal ones you see. Like I've looked at a lot of metal t-shirts, been to a lot of shows, and these were like the old school ones from the 90s, like the really hard to find ones that don't get printed anymore. And I saw this Mayhem t-shirt with just a design on it I'd never seen of theirs before. Because I've spent some time looking at t-shirts to buy and whatnot. And yeah, I'd just never seen this design. And then I saw an Ozzy Osbourne one. And... oh, do you know what? I need to fix that. I saw this Ozzy Osbourne one and I was like, I've never seen that design before either, right? Like, these are just really old school, obscure ones. And I didn't really think, oh, I'm going to buy some metal shirts. But then as I went round, I thought, well, why don't I go back and have another look? And maybe that Aussie one, actually, because it was white. I kind of got sick of wearing black all the time. So now when I buy my metal tees, I like a bit of colour. Or something different, you know, than just the plain black. And I went back there, and guess what? Those two had gone. Like, it didn't strike me as a place where metalheads would be wandering around. But yeah, those 2 designs are gone. I was like, all right, fair enough. You know, I might have considered getting one of them perhaps. And the 2 designs that caught my eye, well, they're the 2 that's gone. What does that say? Eh? I don't know. Anyway, I spoke to the guy, and he gave me his business card because I've got a bunch of shirts that he might want to take off of me and trade. But when I was digging around to see what he had in his collection and like what was the going price, these shirts were like £100, and they are like worn down, like, you know, worn down and worn out. They're really like vintage collectors stuff. And I thought, yeah, if I'd have gone, oh, what about the Aussie shirt, and it'd been like £100, I probably would have been like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, that was a funny little thing. And then another thing was food. I had a weird day. I just had a day of feeling full. Like every time I ate, I didn't eat much, and I just felt full. Really odd for me. Maybe it's just because I was moving so much. Like my body was sending out some different signals. You know, doing lots of walking. Usually, you know, go do a bunch of exercise and eat after, but it wasn't like that. I was just constantly on the move. Right, but there's this food store. There's so many choices, right? So many choices at this little food market outdoors. I love that, you know. There was Jamaican, Asian, like all sorts of different cuisine. Now, here's what you need to do when you're at a street market, peeps. Don't make the same mistake I did, right? Don't look at the menu and the pictures. Look at the kitchen, who's cooking it, and like what's going on. Where are the ingredients? Because I saw a Philly cheesesteak. Now, I've always wanted to have a proper Philly cheesesteak. It's just one of those dishes that I haven't tried. It sounds really cool. I made a homemade one once. It just sounds really interesting. And on the menu of this like Mexican one was a Philly cheesesteak, and I thought that's a bit weird for it to be there, but go on, I'll give it a try. I really want to have a Philly cheesesteak. And so I order it, and the first thing he says to me is shall I make it in a wrap because my guy's got to go to Tesco to get the bread? And immediately I was just like, I don't want to eat Tesco bread. I thought I was getting like a Philly cheesesteak. This is a red flag. And then I'm standing there and I start looking at the ingredients that are laid out. I start looking at what it's going to be cooked on, and then I start looking at the other stalls around me, and I realize, oh no, I've made a bad choice. Right? Like this isn't going to turn out well. But I didn't feel like I could just ask for a refund or go no thanks. You know, I've made my choice. And then he started asking me like, it's like, do you want guacamole on it? And do you want that? And I'm thinking, this isn't a Philly cheesesteak. And I saw the bit of meat he was going to cook, and it just looked like something that was left over from another day, and it didn't taste good. In fact, I took about 4 or 5 bites of it, and then I was just like, and put it in the bin. It was awful. Yeah. So that was a good lesson to learn, really. You know, just standing there, I was like looking at the quality of the kitchen and realizing like all I've seen is the picture of this thing and the name, and yeah, it was really bad. And next door was like just this amazing looking Asian cuisine, like a massive like bowl of noodles and curry next to it, looking so good. That sounds disgusting, says Samcat. It was like the meat was just some leftover stuff, and like the cheese just looked really like plain bog standard. In fact, it tasted it, and then it chucked in loads of salsa and other stuff, and it was just yuck. It was just not very good. So just something to think about, really. A good lesson to learn, actually. Just what you're going to pay attention to. Maybe give him more attention to like how it's being cooked. Can you see the ingredients? You know. And Lil Spagbowl says lesson learned. Yeah, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I feel like I might have learned this lesson before already, but you know. Anyway, that was sorely disappointing. And see, I really love eating different cuisine, but don't have like loads of options to do that. And so, you know, you really want to enjoy it when you do something like that. Valcar, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you're entertained, enjoying the stream. Worked in hospitality for 10 years. Always check the kitchen before ordering. Yeah, it's a really, really good thing. But yeah, my mistake was just that I focused on the menu and saw something where it was like, I've always wanted to try that, right? You got to try it when you're in the right place, when you're in wherever Philly cheesesteaks originate from, right? Ordering a Philly cheesesteak in England from a Mexican place. I don't know what you expected, says and Alex. Yeah, no, I didn't really think it through, right? Like, I just saw the picture and hoped for the best. And then immediately, I mean, the first thing to be told that they got to go to Tesco to get the bread, I'm like, oh dear. Oh dear. Nah. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania would be where they're from. Okay, cool. I remember watching videos on YouTube of them making them. Like, they look so crazy cool. And that kitchen, now that I think about it, was absolutely nothing like the ones that they were cooking them in, you know. Oh, Curl says, how much was it? It was £9. I mean, I paid for a lesson. The Black Ranger PL, thank you so much for 81 months of support. Evil X right there. That was crazy loud in my eardrum, which reminds me. Gotta remember to do that, right? Paid for a lesson is a good quote. Yeah, like, not a bad one to learn, right? Might do me some good in the future. There's another place where you can go and have food in like a market area in London that I hope to go to at some point, and now I'm thinking, when I get there, I'm gonna have a totally different attitude. Right, let's come over to this bit. I think here, like, the room's gonna open up and go into something else, and this copper stuff will probably end up being a part of it, so we're gonna... Oh, did I... Oh, I haven't crafted it, that's what I haven't done. Let's go craft some more. You'd probably have a better time if someone from PA wrapped one up and mailed it to you. Yep. Oh dear. I hate throwing away food as well. Like, that was not nice. I don't like throwing away food, but honestly, it was just yucky. Yeah, so... What else did I do? Explored Portobello Road for ages. Then I wanted to go... Where did I want to go to? There was some place I wanted to go to, but it didn't look that interesting. And then it was going to rain, so I thought, why don't I... Oh, dang it, I'm constantly, like, trying to get something done. And having to go back and forth. Oh. Let's find this stuff. And do that. Yeah, I'm yeah. Let's get back on track with the thinking and the talking. Yeah, so the weather, right, so one of the reasons that I almost didn't go yesterday, which would have been stupid, was because of the weather. And, you know, it ended up only raining for a little bit. I've forgotten about the height level of the moss here. Let's get a little bit of moss in the inventory too. So it was due to rain. I actually ended up walking for quite a long time, like 45 minutes. Oh my god, I walked past the Russian embassy. And out the front of the Russian embassy, the road had been painted blue and yellow, and there were like protesters out there. I was like, whoa, I just didn't know, you know, just happened to walk past it, and yeah, a little bit wild, I guess, to see that and be reminded of what's going on elsewhere in the world. Yeah, so that was on the way to the Natural History Museum, because I figured, where should I go that's big and indoors? And I thought, you know what, I haven't actually been to the National History Museum in a long, long time, and I have these like vivid memories of particular parts of it. Like, there's that big grand hallway area with the dinosaur bones sort of hanging. And so, yeah, I got to go to the Natural History Museum, which was really cool. And my favorite bit in there was the area of like these cabinets of different types of stone, like quartz and lapis lazuli and all sorts. Oh, I found them so fascinating. It got me thinking about Minecraft actually, and like I like to see stuff and like think about what it would be like if you turned it into, let's say, like a Minecraft game of some sort. And I was thinking about how different like the world generation could be, and how you could go caving and find all these different types of materials. And then I was sort of wondering, like, is there a way you can map that properly? Like, if you looked into the process of how all these different rocks and crystals are formed and stuff, maybe you could make it kind of like educational. And so the Minecraft player's experience actually teaches them proper information about like where this stuff is found and how it's formed and whatnot. The gems and rocks are my favourite part of the Viennese Natural History Museum as well. Oh, the one in Vietnam. Got ya. Yeah, I just... Oh, they're so fascinating to look at. It's really weird because they're just rocks, right? It just feels like, oh, rocks. But they're so pretty, and you know, all the different colours and shapes that they form with. And like, if you understand how they're just made over a really long period of time, right? Vienna, not Vietnam. Oh, is it? Viennese. Oh, Vietnamese. Right, yeah, now, okay. Look at all this multitasking I have to do. Of course I'm going to get it wrong. Jeez. Sorry if I offended anyone with my stupidity there. Yeah, so like, I was kind of thinking about how this could map to like a bit of game design and world exploration, and I think collectionism would be a big driving force, you know. I kind of like this idea, like maybe you start off in your Minecraft world in a lab, and like the lab like tells you to go and explore and find all these different rock types, and as you do it, like unlocks certain things. But I was also sort of looking at like how there's such a big range of different types of rocks, and there wasn't much explaining it that I could find, but it felt to me like you would see the same type of thing like quartz over and over again. Then you would see it with like different colours and then different formations. It was oh, what's this? Oh, okay. What am I doing? I forgot much what I was saying then. I don't know. Anyway, this is like what's great about getting out of your routine, the normal thing, going somewhere else, seeing something different. Your creativity comes back to you when you're like exposed to these other ideas and stuff. And it it's a little bit of a challenge. And I'm hoping one day I find something where it's like, it's not just a little thought experiment of like, what would this be like if it were gamified, but like something you can really get stuck into and pursue. That's what I'm hoping to find one day, by like exploring all these different places and things. Wow, the viewership jumped up, says Lightly Lucid. I imagine as more people awake and tune in, you know, I've noticed that with Hermitcraft live streams, weekends they tend to, I mean, actually it happens just anyway, right? Like, usually I end my stream with the most amount of viewers for the entire stream, because people just keep tuning in, you know, progressively the longer you're live. But on a weekend, there's more people that know that the event's happening, and they're sort of like out there. Alright, it's stream weekend, I'm gonna do a thing. Flexily mean says geologist here, that would be really cool. Many minerals come in different colours. Sapphires and rubies are the same mineral, for example. Ah, yeah. See, this is what I was thinking. You'd have to like speak to people that know, like yourself, a geologist, and find out like what's behind all of this, because I felt like I was seeing like maybe there's some like overlapping areas of like you said, minerals and then colours, and maybe you can package it up in an educational way where when the player is doing these activities in the game, they're actually deliberately linked to some truths. I was thinking about how you could map it to like height of the world. You know, the lower down you go could maybe mean the older or the longer that type of thing takes to form. And then biomes could certainly influence where in the world or other types of factors in the formation of these rocks, you know, and tell that story. And then in the research lab, like, you could learn all of this. Like, you bring back these rocks and build up like a little knowledge archive of what does what. I am so unsure about this now that I've started to build it. Like, these bright lights near that copper, I don't think it's going to work. I think we're going to have to install some kind of glow-like in somewhere to hide all of this stuff. We will see, we will see. It's all experimentation at the moment. I did not get as much of this done as I wanted to in this stream, I can tell you that. They go by fast. I feel like they always go by faster on a stream day, though. Don't know what that is. Also, do I really need to drop down here and collect all of this? Probably not. Especially with such a cluttered inventory. Right, let's chuck some blocks back up here. I think I want to get more of this in visually, and I want to get that glow-liking thing that I just mentioned sorted. I don't know if I've got much else to tell you about going to London. Oh, I do. I went to... Okay, so there's like this website with a list of free museums for London, right? And I just go, that sounds interesting, I'll go there, and, you know, off I go. Maybe I should do a bit more reading, because I went to this library. Sorry, library? I went to the... Was it the Royal Academy of Music or something like that? Because apparently there's a museum there. And then when I get there... Like, this guy seemed a bit confused that I was coming to see the museum. And I figured out why pretty quickly. It's pretty much just a... like a one-room small thing that probably no one ever visits. And I had to walk through this, like, college institute building, going past all these students, wandering around these little awkward hallways and stuff. And then when I got to the room, it was like, oh, that's it. It's just, like, a small room with, like, 20 instruments in. And I was just like, oh. There's a lot of walking to get there as well. Sounds awkward, says Hailey Bailey. I mean, it was an inconvenience, I'd say. It was just a bit like, you know, what is a museum? I think for the average person, you expect to be able to spend like an hour maybe in a museum. Obviously, some museums are bigger than others, but this was just like a room with like a few instruments in and like nothing else going on. And it clearly wasn't, like, the building was not a museum building. It was like an arts school, and they've just got one room that they've called a museum, and then it ends up on some tourist website of like places to go in London. And yeah, I just found it to be a bit like, that's odd. Did you feel more disappointed by stuff there, or sad you inconvenienced someone to guide you there? I don't think I inconvenienced them. It was their job to sit at reception and tell you where to go, right? I didn't really feel sad either. I don't mind. Like, it's just I don't want to do that twice, right? That's the thing. It's like the food thing. It's like, I'll be annoyed if I do that twice, if I make that same mistake, right? Whereas now I know, maybe I need to do a bit more digging around before I choose to go somewhere, right? Like, my research was kind of just like finding this list of free stuff and writing it all down. And then if I'm in the area, oh look, there's that one over there, we'll go there. Like, that was it. That was the extent of my research. Maybe you can't even call it research. It was so lacking. X walking around with a Pantera shirt for a bunch of young mischievous college kids. Sounds like a good time. Who said I had a Pantera shirt? Where did this come from? Misinformation. Yeah. I was not wearing a Pantera t-shirt. I visited Abbey Studios a few years back, says Diddy. Was that any good? I have no idea. On the other hand, it is fun to have the surprise element of not knowing where you were going beforehand. Yeah, it is a bit of fun, because I enjoyed walking through the city, and I did a lot of that, you know. Was it a Black Sabbath shirt? It was a cold day in London. I was wearing a coat. I was wearing a coat. What do y'all think of the baked beans so far? I feel like maybe I had the wrong idea. Like, I was going to build up these big pillars to meet the same sort of level on the other side, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. It's going to use a lot of resources to accomplish as well. I mean, it's going to be something. I think the shape will stick, but maybe not the material, right? So it's not a big loss. I don't think it matches the aesthetics, says Alexander. That sounds like a fair assessment to me. You mean you didn't wear a muscle shirt and gym shorts, says Lightly Lucid? In that weather, I'd die. I struggle with the cold. Get cold very easy. Okay, now that we're at this height, I want to remove more of what's in front of me. I feel like I'm really bad at even stuff like building on camera, or like when I'm streaming, should I say. Because like just the element of multitasking, like trying to recall what I did in London, articulate it, and then pay attention to stream, and then other stuff's going on as well. And it just really detracts from your ability to like properly map out what you're trying to do in the game. Because I was doing some of this grinding for this big room, like off camera, and being all smart about it, and getting all my inventory management done, and you know, just doing all the Minecraft stuff, just doing it well. Like, look at this inventory; it's disgusting. Filling up with blocks again. Let's see, what was this? I've definitely got music akin to RPG doc, yeah. It's Dungeon Synth. Well, actually, this is like an artist that experiments a bit more with other feelings around Dungeon Synth, but very much adjacent to that kind of thing. It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work here. It's the right shape that I want for the room, just wrong material. If we update the log now, because the log, where is the log? Needs updating. Picked up farm resources. Brief base tour. Rustified furnace away. Built baked bean pillars. Now, I'm not going to say that they also need to be taken down, but that's my contribution to the stream today. I'm also going to do this for Cleo. Not that she needs it. And is there like more? I feel like there's more page. Oh, maybe it's for both days. Maybe it's for both days because there's like more than peeps are streaming. For history and for science. For history and for science. Right, I think what I will do, now that I know that I don't want to do more of that, and I'm like, it's not going to work, is like just throw stuff into shulker boxes so I can deal with it at another time. Because I want to be nimble. Might have to be on the move soon. Okay, Enderman heads, you know, right. Clean inventory again, thank goodness. Let's go do a bit of grinding of the next thing. The next thing's simple. I need this. Uh-huh. I need that which... I was about to say that which is not there. Apparently I've run very low on scaffolding. That's all I need for this next bit. Oh yeah, and I need that. I need that too. That is all I need. You turn left. After you snuck... You turned left. After you snuck around the wall for a few minutes, a dark cave opens up under a towering castle. Do you want to go in and explore the dark cave? You have to go, yes, enter, and then it's like, error, restart game. There were these, yeah, old school text-based, like, dungeon crawler type games. Zork was one. I remember getting a computer magazine, right? Demo discs. Oh, demo discs. Some of you are thinking I'm talking some alien accidental smeltage. Accidental smeltage, right? Yeah, demo discs. Some of you are probably thinking, what's he on about? Who's this boomer? And it came with a bunch of free games. Zork 1, 2, and 3. All for free. I thought, I can't believe my luck. And I opened it up and it's like this text-based, you know, you're in a forest. You can go left or right. And I was like, I'll go right. You see a building in the distance. I'm like, is this a game? It was just beyond my time. So look, I always think it's a bit of a shame how you kind of lose touch with the older arts, right? Like, I'm sure... Oh god, we're right next to it. Every time it fires off, it's going to make noise. I'm sure if you were, like, around at the time and played those games, they would have just been amazing, right? But then, when you grow up playing stuff with graphics, and it's a whole other level, and then to play a game like that, it just doesn't work. Like, it's the same with trying to watch old movies. I think books, maybe. Some books have, like, a lot of lasting power. I've listened to some old books, though. Some things do get a little bit lost with the times. Music, I think, is the one thing that has the power to really hold up. Like, music from hundreds of years ago still sounds amazing to me. Like, classical and baroque and all that sort of stuff still sounds terrific. But maybe that's because I'm a music head, you know? Maybe if you're a book head, is that what they call them? Bookworm? Maybe old school books are just amazing. Wow, this one was written 200 years ago. I want to get into that. But those old computer games, I can't do it. Sorry. I goof around with DOS virtual machines, says TG Mad. Is that as someone who grew up with DOS, like myself? Or just out of curiosity? Because I've used a fair bit of DOSBox. I've mentioned it before in my streams. I've had, like, my fair dose of nostalgia now. Like, I really have... I feel like I have, like, very little reason anymore to go back and play old school games. Like, there's not a lot. I got a little thing going on, starting tomorrow actually, playing Diablo 2 again with friends, which is going to be so much fun. Books are a great X. Books are great X. God, my brain has just not been, like, in its best state of flow for this stream. It's been really annoying me. I'm getting the speech wrong and doing the Minecraft stuff silly. Books are great X. A better way to figure out the ideas of the time than music. Interesting, interesting. What about the emotion of the time? I mean, for me, music's so vivid. I get what you're saying though, totally. Now you're just making me think. What do I get from, like, music that's of the time? I feel like you get that, like, each decade and the things that happened within it, they have, like, a weird feeling, and sometimes music captures and reflects that stuff really well. But that's, like, more of a cultural, emotive expression. And yeah, when you read old books, you get, like, because I've read a few, and, like, some of the language that gets used and the rhetoric and whatnot, like, gives you an insight as to how people think. Yeah, like, it's usually the nastiest stuff that you come across, like casual misogyny and stuff, like in old books. You're like, that wouldn't fly to what, you know? And then you remember, like, oh, that's just how it was back then. Like, You know, like you might read a comment of like a woman's place is in the kitchen, and it's just like, oh, facepalm. You get little bits of that, but other deeper stuff too, maybe. Not just the bad stuff, but yeah. Right, let's go grab some more scaffolding. I need a little bit more. Erisler says that didn't age so well. Be careful. All right, be careful what you say. In 100 years, they'll be scowling at you for saying that. How do you have a black mouse? Who said I had a black mouse? I feel there's been quite a few assumptions this stream. Apparently, I'm wearing a Pantera shirt. I can't remember what the one from earlier on was. Studying radio at the moment in class. Do you ever listen to the radio? Not by choice. Not by choice. And whenever I like listen to the news, or like, well, not the news, but I don't know, like catch a radio show about something I'm interested in, I'm always like, oh yeah, I was listening to a podcast about this 2 years ago. It always just feels like legacy media just feels so behind the curve on a lot of stuff too. It's like, I don't know, like, I think one I remember a while back when I was in the car and the radio was on, they were just talking about like how like intermittent fasting is really good for you and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is like the conversation from like five or 6 years ago online. It just always seems so far behind, at least on the BBC. I got some noises in the ear to read out here. Wow, quite a few, because I've just been engrossed again, not paying attention. Shawnee, YYX, thank you ever so much for 48 months of support, my dude. A9 Tour, thank you for 22. Hey, X, mods and chat. Shame I missed the majority of the stream, but I'm here now. Welcome to the stream, my dude. MJ Fellows 1, thank you for the Amazon Prime subscription for 7 months. And Freak Burrito is here for 51. Appreciate ya. Remember, peeps, today is a Hermitcraft live stream weekend. A great reason for y'all to stick around. There will be a raid as Cleo is next, and after Cleo I believe it's Impulse and then Tango and Scar, and I don't know, there's a whole schedule. The whole schedule of peeps, right? Mr. Backroom Teacher says, I see another Doom fan. Oh yeah, I'm Doom guy in Minecraft. Ugh. Is there a creeper in the bamboo? There might be. No, wait. No, they couldn't spawn here. The bamboo... I don't think they can spawn on mud blocks. They might be able to. But the bamboo would block them from spawning, so no would be the answer to that one. Ah! Oh, gosh! Oh, no! I'm going to have random scaffolds messing up my furnace. If I go and put in a bunch of blocks, we'll be able to figure out which ones. Well, let's do that now, and then let's head over to Cleo. Right, I've got the cap, I've got the book and quill. We just need a stack of blocks that can smelt like that, and chuck that in here. Let's watch the machine go. Off it goes. Oh, maybe that was the one time it happened. Okay. We called it the one. I thought it happened more than that. Anyway, if you've only just like caught this end of the stream, that's the project we're working on. A furnace smelter that's powered by bamboo and activates when you need the fuel. So every time you use it, you're going to need a little bit more fuel. Do I need to go AFK somewhere after this? I don't think I do. I think I'm good. I got a bunch more redstone. I could go back there and AFK again. I think I might drop myself off there for a little bit. Hayley Bailey's here gifting some subs. Thank you, Hayley, for your generosity to Loopy Canis, Bonquisha Jones. I feel like I've butchered that one. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let me know. Shadow Doom, Dr. Storm, and Sport Gaming Life. Be sure to say thanks in the chat for those gifted subs. Hayley Bailey, thank you so much for supporting our community. How do you have a black cursor? Oh, black mouse! Now I get it. I was thinking like a pet. Oh. Oh, now you made me really sad. I just remembered a sad story about a pet that I... Oh, I don't even want to get into it. Okay, yeah, I have a black cursor because I find a large black cursor to be really visible and sort of eye-grabbing, you know, when you're using the computer, so I just use that. Cuplex, 71 months, thank you so much. EvilX in the chat, thanks for joining us, my dude. Even as we're ending this one. Where did Cleo... Oh, yeah, wait, I don't even know where Cleo is. Let's find out. The stream day continues, peeps. We'll be raiding Zombie Cleo. You can head over there now if you want. I'm going to be passing it over. Just hit that follow button before you go, and then when you get over to Cleo, hit the follow button over there. I am in the shopping district Neverpool. That is not this one, is it? It's the next one along. And we must unmute. For if I am muted, I cannot be heard. I love those animations, says Mr. Backroom Teacher. They're cool. Shall I give you one more? I'll give y'all one more animation for today. A hug from me. That's not a Cleo, that's a pig. Lynn, man, zombified edition. I'm being comforted by a skeleton.
Oh, here.
Hello!
It's very... Hi!
Voices!
Voices!
Loud
voices! Whoop!
How's it going,
Hi.
Cleo?
It's great, you've got a tiny little hat.
Oh, as do you! You've got a tiny little hat.
I do have a tiny little hat. I have the tiniest of hats.
Can we...
Tiniest of crowns, at least.
Can we put our hats in my thumbnail? If you just stand like next to me and I do a little F1, F2, then I've got a stream thumbnail. Brilliant, thank you. Totally forgot to do that.
You're very welcome.
You're going to be my clickbait now.
I've always felt that way, X, to be honest, so that's fine. What is this an egg? Is this the golden egg?
Yeah, okay, so this is the stream egg, right? Ren found this. We don't know who made it, but he found it. I thought someone was going to, like, hide it nearby each and every time. But Ren decided we now just have to wear it.
I'm... okay, fine. I shall wear the stream egg. There you go.
Uh-huh. I mean, you just look the same, sort of, unless you're paying attention.
I mean, you know, it's how royalty works, I'm afraid. You know, you just always... You wear it well.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway...
There's two things, though. There's also the logs, so we've all been keeping track of what we've been doing in there.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
For history
let's have a look.
And for science. Apparently.
For history and for science.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Had
science
a car
bit is.
wash. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing you can do on here.
Rustified furnace array.
Yes, I actually rustified my furnace array.
I'm very impressed. I don't know what that means, but... You know, it sounds cool.
It does. It's a word that I made up. I'm very proud of myself.
You should be very proud of yourself. It's just impressive. Sorry, that pig is just
setting up
sensors.
all the sensors everywhere. Gosh. My word.
Anyway, I'm going to do deck stuff.
Ah, deck building.
So, yeah, well, I've got like all my my deck has just exploded. So I now need to put it. Yeah, because I've got like this is my main deck. I'm trying to get my prankster stuff in because I've just got enough prankster cards to actually make it run now.
Ah, okay.
So like I'm trying to make it good, and that's not doing very well. So yeah, like all of this stuff is like I have no idea what's going on. So
I see.
I need to fix it. It's broken. And I don't like it being broken. So.
Oh, good luck. I'm gonna go eat.
I'm
hungry.
Lunch. Go have lunch. Yeah, go have lunch. I'll see you later.
See you, Cleo.
Okay, bye. Okay, guys, let's go.
All right. Y'all now get to go raid Cleo, right? I'm gonna start flying towards the witch farm. I'm gonna end things. So massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. Thank you to my mods, my Patreons. And all the peeps gifting subs. Also, thanks to Rendog for throwing together this live stream day. And thanks to all the other hermits for just being hermits and being cool and being wonderful. I hope you have a great time hanging out with them today. That's it from me. Although, I just need to get the raid going. There it is. Alright, sending you over to Cleo. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.